Hey guys, I'm Emma and I'm telling you like it is, with a trickle of sarcasm and a whole waterfall worth of exaggeration. So please take 5 seconds to subscribe to my YouTube channel because 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of views equals to me starting to make money on YouTube, which would be amazing. So, an ironic travel guide to Montreal. Most of this isn't actually true, so take note to not take note. And yes, I do love this city I grew up in. This is just a bit of fun. So, welcome to Montreal, the land of beautiful beaches and unsarcastic people. I am your tour guide, so let's dive in. 1. Language. If you've heard that you need to be bilingual in French and in English to get by in Montreal, then you're wrong. You can get by just fine in English, everywhere. Don't be deceived or disturbed by the obviously French names of some of these neighborhoods, like Rosemère, Île Bizarre, and Montreal. After all, the English took over in the 1800s, and the French are just totally acclimatisés. Oops, was that a French word? Let's just keep moving on. But seriously, the few French people you might find here are still highly religious. Instead of swearing when they get upset, they'll usually say some religious words, and that usually helps them calm down. And if they say that they're going to the washroom, trust me, they're nipping to the local church to say a prayer and coming right back. Because there's basically a church at every single corner. But of course, Montreal English comes with its own regionalisms. The following might not sound English, but trust me, it is. Décris means welcome, stranger. Ah ouais means please slow down. Ça me fait chier means life is great. Oh, what a great, friendly, and happy people. Hey, I grew up here, so obviously I know. 2. Accommodations. If you've ever wanted to live in an igloo, you're in luck. Montrealers build their individual igloos once the unsticky snow has fallen because they love a challenge. You should know that Montrealers are very hospitable too and love taking in strangers. So if you haven't figured out how to build your own igloo before arriving, you're in luck. I mean, there's always hotels and hostels, but who wants that when you can have the real deal for the very low price of free? 3. Seasons. The best time to go to Montreal is in February. You'll get to see all the beautiful snow. But don't worry, snow isn't at all as cold as it looks. Just make sure to bring an extra sweater, rather be safe than sorry. After all, I've seen teenagers out in their shorts and skirts in the dead of winter, and they seem fine. But hey, if you find that you're still feeling the cold, don't worry. Coats, sweaters, scarves, mitts, hats, and boots aren't at all expensive. And then you'll have a pretty practical souvenir to bring home. If you have enough room in your luggage, that is. Also, if you've never enjoyed the fun times that come with hail and freezing rain, then you're in luck. Experience some complimentary hospital time after a near-death slip, and actually use that medical insurance you hopefully got. If not, well, think of it as a fine stationary cruise experience, complete with a view and a one-of-a-kind culinary experience. 4. Things to do. Ah, yes, the fun part. If you love beaches, you are in luck. Montreal is known for its beautiful, warm, almost tropical beaches. They're mostly uncrowded too, for some strange reason. You doubt me? Well, try it yourself. Don't be deceived by the fact that they might look rocky or chilly or polluted, because locals swear by the tradition of a dip a day, especially in the St. Lawrence. Wakes you right up. You'll get it after your first time. Make sure you also... Wait, I think the tourism board is knocking at my door. I'll be right back, guys. Well, they asked me to stop talking about our beautiful attractions for some reason, but hey, if you get bored, you should definitely ask a local's impression on Quebec's attempt at independence. Bound to get some kind of a reaction, and potentially a very interesting overview of Quebec's history. Hey, you're welcome. Other fun topics of discussion include: how do you feel about them maintaining the Olympic Stadium after all these years? Is it hard to find a job if you're not perfectly bilingual? And why does your hockey team suck so much? Trust me, it's like they have a cultural dictionary of topics that will for sure generate an interesting conversation, one way or the other. And ladies, if you're looking for a fun night, you might want to go down to the corner of St. Catherine and St. Laurent past 10 p.m. Just make sure to bring a bodyguard with you. Or 2. 5. Food and dining. You'll soon see why Montreal is acclaimed for its traditional culinary experiences, especially for vegans. Get ready for classy poutines, which is French fries, gravy, and cheese, tourtière, which is basically meat pie, sepai, basically another type of meat pie, and yeah, no, I think that covers it. Also, too, never worry about following respectable dining times in Montreal. All kinds of great restaurants in whichever cuisine you feel like having are open at all hours, especially in the West Island. And going to the grocery store or the pharmacy for snacks is always a treat. Note, we call them pharmacies and not drugstores because drugs are bad. Look, you'll easily find all your favorites, especially since all food in Montreal has to be labeled with English and French descriptions. It means we get all the new flavors and new products first. But what's super great about the translated wrappers is that if you ever get bored of your phone or your trip in general, you can always enjoy learning French by reading and memorizing those French words on the products you'd have bought anyways. After all, that's how most Montrealers learn their French. And look, you've never had a fresh fruit until you've tried strawberries from Montreal in February. Berries grown in the frozen hard but still fertile ground. See, it should come as no surprise that Montreal grows all of its fresh fruit and produce year-round. You've never seen a more tenacious and stubborn farmer than in Montreal, trying to blowtorch away piles of snow without damaging his tomato plants. What an artist and hero. And that's the reason why fruits and vegetables are more costly in the winter and fall months in Montreal. Also because farmers request my tears as they have anti-frost properties, apparently. Look, these fruits and vegetables are basically priceless and taste even better than in the summer. And for all of my wine and beer-loving friends, get ready for amazing sales at the local liquor store. Your jaw might just drop in more ways than one. 6. Transportation. It's super easy to get around Montreal as it's just a tiny island. Buses run like clockwork, bus drivers can give you detailed information about every stop on the route, and all passengers are supremely respectful of each other, especially when it comes to noise emitted by their personal devices. Look, I've once seen local youths participate in the "Don't Touch the Floor, It's Lava" game, and felt some impulse to join them. It wasn't chaotic at all. Now, when it comes to Montreal and its trains, you can use their above or underground system interchangeably, real easily. Now, their below ground one is supremely reliable, as water infiltrations, power failures, and incidents of all sorts never happen. Except that one time 40 police officers and metro workers escorted me out because they thought there might be a bomb down there. But that's the exception to the rule. You should also take note that the subway system is run by an underground people's militia that look a lot like police officers, but they aren't police officers. Yet. Now, if you decide to drive around Montreal, you're in for a treat. Montreal drivers never honk and are some of the most patient drivers in the whole wide, wild world. There's also no rush hour traffic or traffic in general. Also, Montrealers have no clue what a one-way is, as they don't have any, and they can also turn right on red lights, like 99% of the world. Not sure why I'm even mentioning this, but anyways. Now, when you get there, you'll be able to marvel at how well-maintained Montreal roads are. Their construction season, which spans most of the year without creating any road closures ever, really pans out to making their streets a delightful experience for all travelers. It's just smooth sailing ahead. After all, they're very proactive about replacing their asphalt as soon as it has the least bit of wear and tear. And yes, you heard right. We call it asphalt, not ashfault, because that's how it's spelt, you know? But also, driving in Montreal gives you a good review in learning French on the go. Who needs those 5-minute language CDs when you can literally learn by trying to navigate the streets? Just the no parking signs will give you lots of insight in how French is an easy language to master. And those small street signs will give you a good squinting practice. Trust me, your optometrist will thank you. 7. Money. If you've ever wanted to pay for something with board game money, here's your chance. Canadian bills will make your inner child sing. Even better, they're made with some kind of mystery material so you can just chew on it to your heart's content. Finally! Look, it's basically impossible to rip them. In fact, instead of biting their nails, some Montrealers bite their money instead. Don't believe me? Just walk around Montreal for 20 minutes and you'll see. Well, if you don't, you should just stick around until someone does. Look, it's not nice to doubt your tour guide. So that was an ironic travel guide to Montreal, filled with all kinds of bad advice that hopefully no one will ever follow. Ever. If you love this video, please take 5 seconds to like it and subscribe to my channel. And tell me below, what bad advice would you give a tourist coming to your city? Thanks, guys.